Hi guys. I wanted to talk a few minutes about the new Tom Fords that are coming out in November from the private blends, the Tobacco Oud and the Oud Rose. I know in some places, in some countries, I think it's called Oud Fleur, but my lab sample says Oud Rose, and the paperwork that I've seen at Neiman Marcus says Oud Rose as well too. So anyhow. The notes on the oud rose are rose, of course, patchouli, oud wood, and sandalwood. And that fragrance was not, it did not do well for me. When I first sprayed it, I thought I had fumigated my arm. I mean, we're talking like on the level of Black Flag or Raid. I mean, it didn't work for me. I mean, in the first few minutes of this fragrance, and I mean few minutes, like 30 minutes, were the worst. I just, oh, I don't know who this is gonna appeal to. Maybe it's just not working on me, but I'm not feeling that one. Um, about a month before I had tried the Oud Rose, I had smelled the Velvet Rose and Oud from Jo Malone that is now out. And we had been trained on that one. And so I had just smelled that one. And then I got this Tom Ford, and I'm like, oh my gosh, a big, big, big difference. The Jo Malone one is Rose, Smoky Oud, Clove, and Praline. And and that that fragrance worked out much better for me. The Jo Malone did. This is the one that's going to be in the black bottle, so they're a little bit richer in oil than the other Jo Malone fragrances are. And I would just advise, if you're looking for an oud rose type scent, of course, to try it on. Put Tom Ford on one arm and Jo Malone on the other and see what happens. But for me, surprisingly, the Jo Malone turned out really, really well, and I didn't think it would, because I figured it would be too much rose, and it wasn't. The oud kept the rose in check, and it wasn't too rosy or too floral or too feminine, and I was really surprised by it. As far as longevity goes, between the Tom Ford Oud Rose and the Jo Malone, they're the same. And I know that a lot of people don't think Jo Malone's fragrances last that long, and they do. Most of them are fast fade, but in this case, they're the same. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you. Um, so to me, the Rose Oud from Tom Ford did not last as long as I thought it should, and the Jo Malone held out better than I expected. So I know that the Jo Malones are out now. At least my store has it. We've had it for a couple of weeks. They also did a saffron scent, and it's not as spicy as I thought it would be, or as strong as I thought it would be. It's a very subtle saffron. And actually, on me, the saffron faded faster than the rose oud did. So I wasn't very happy with how the Jo Malone saffron scent turned out. But check it out as well too. If you're going to go by and look at these, it's worth a check. And then the other Tom Ford is the Tobacco Oud that's coming out. And the Tom Ford Tobacco Oud and the Oud Rose are supposed to be out early November. And the Tobacco Oud, in my mind, I was thinking that this was going to be a combination of tobacco vanille and oud wood all in one bottle, because I already sprayed that combination on anyway, and it's amazing, I think. So I thought, okay, well, they're going to put this all in one bottle now. They didn't. That's not what this is. It is, I think, a better name for this fragrance instead of Tobacco Oud should have been Smoked Oud, because it does have a pretty smoky smell to it, like smoldering ember type smell. It's not a in your face. It's not a bold scent like the Oud Wood from Tom Ford is, or the Tobacco Vanille. It's not quite that level. It's not quite that bold, and but it definitely, I mean, it will be a good fragrance for fall and winter, I think, because of that smoky smell feel to it. Um, the longevity is okay. There again, it's not oud wood. It's not going to last that long. And the projection on it, I think, could be stronger. So I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see how people respond to this tobacco oud compared to the oud wood from the original oud wood from Tom Ford. Um, I can say that in the tobacco oud, they are going to do a soap with it, a shower gel, and a body lotion. So they're bringing the ancillaries with it. They're supposed to be out at the same time the fragrance comes out. And I wish they'd have done that with the oud wood and the tobacco vanille, but they haven't yet. At least I haven't seen any. And like our store only has the body products for Neroli Portofino. But yeah, they're really putting it out for this tobacco oud. I don't know what to say. I hope that it does well, because I think there's a lot of high expectations with this fragrance. So I was glad to get these in advance. I appreciate my Tom Ford contacts sending them to me. It just didn't have the wow factor that I was looking for with either one of them. But it's fine. I've got my four main go-tos from Tom Ford anyway. So the Oud Wood, Tobacco Vanille, Santal Blush, and Noir. So those are the four main ones I go to, and mix and match at the combination. So I'm not unhappy. But anyhow, so like I said, the two Tom Fords are due out early November. The two Jo Malones are out now. And as far as, like I said, if you're in the market for the Rose Oud type scent, try Tom Ford, try the Jo Malone, see what you think. But surprisingly, the Jo Malone won for me on that one. So that's pretty much it. I think that's all I have to say about these four fragrances. And yeah, that's about all. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.